Hi everybody, welcome to the QB School. I am JT O'Sullivan. Today we've got DTR Part 3, Dorian Thompson-Robinson getting it done versus Cal. Let's get it going. Welcome to the QB School. DTR Part 3, first one here, 3rd and 9. Little variation across down here from the slot. This is a tough one for me for a few different reasons. One, I'd love to see him make this throw. I think it's there. I think he could help himself with some footwork elements of just being a little bit more open to be able to see this thing, because he's got time here to throw the ball, and he didn't have a whole lot of time in this game. And so this was one of those shots you'd love to see him be able to hit. So concept-wise, we're going from the slot, little FIB down here. Really love how they get here. So he's going to come up here, and he's working all the way into this space. And it's open for sure. The thing here that I love is it's 6-person protection, but they use the tight end. So they're able to basically get the back out quickly, whether he's running an option or a check down, get it go here. And this is usually a post to you can't. Potentially if you can't post, sometimes you'll see teams curl this thing down. But purely talking quarterback-wise here, I'd love to see him take 3 and be just a little bit more lined up to be able to see this initially. Because I think he closes himself off a little bit at the top of this drop, to where he's kind of lined up to throw down the hash, and whether it's hard to see this way or you just can't quite anticipate it, because I think if he was open to the left, he probably just takes a step or two this way and makes this throw. So the development from the pocket with just the precision of the drop back, whether it's the footwork, whether it is the vision down the field, this is a throw that he's going to be able to make and should be able to make. And the expectation is that 3rd and 9, to see that space up top on top of the U with this over, I think he can make that throw all day. In addition, if he's just lined up, so to me his feet are lined up down the hash there, so you can't see, the vision's impacted, and just the feel of it. So just move to your left just a tick and make that throw. He eventually gets there and sees it, but it's too late. And there are just a few too many plays from the pocket to me that are a tick late. And I think they're tethered to the footwork more than anything else. And so whether it's a precision thing in their offense, what they're asking him to do, but again, look where his feet are lined up, and then look where that route's coming across. It almost looks like he gets off of it before it even opens up. Like he's almost working to the left, our left side of the screen, his right to that post. But he eventually breaks the pocket. Certainly a great athlete. Again, maybe a tick late to be able to throw that thing. You'd love to see him right there. Looks like he double clutches it for a second, maybe thinking about getting it to the back. But that's a play that he's going to need to make. And I think he would expect to make that play. 2nd and 10, another one that he should expect to make. This is a really cool play. I love the design here of this. It's obviously a bummer with the outcome. It's late. Again, I think it's tethered to the footwork. And the reason I think that is because they come back and hit it big later in the game. I'll show on this video. But I would love for him to be able to get this out on time, just a tick quicker, maybe take away that hit. Certainly late down the seam, all sorts of bad things happen. Again, what's going on here is what I love about this play is the ability. First of all, can I check my man out in the bright gold? I'm going to guess he's the offensive line coach, because he gets after these cats, and I love to see it. Trying to switch off that thing, take the hit off the quarterback. Love to see it. But the design here that I love is they're really running 4 verticals with what I'm used to calling a switch release. So we're going to basically come in here, and now you become the 2, you become the 1. So really it's like a pseudo wheel. So you get these kind of seams and wheels. And then this is just like almost like a juke, like a Hosswide juke without the hitches. So I'm going to guess they're working the seams wheel down to this kind of late delay. But for me, for my money to play this play, played it a bunch of different ways, a bunch of different places. This is a 3-step quick hitch. So 1, 2, 3, tight reset, and throw it. All based off normally the middle field player if you catch closed. So you can usually pick a side, matchup, rotation, whatever you want here. But to me, this is just late. It's there, and it's a bummer, because to me the footwork doesn't give him a chance to be successful. So watch the drop. Now again, if they teach him to do left foot drop step, fine. 1, 2, 3. See that little shuffle back there? That's really the 1, 2, 3, and then like a back shuffle. Again, I don't pretend to know what they do in that room. If they're teaching that, I'm not familiar with that. To me, it would be right here, tight reset, throw it to the seam down here. You can see it. That's the level. Right after it gets past the second level defender, the linebacker type, up and down, usually the hard deck on those seams, there's 20, 22 yards. So again, just play it out. 1, 2, 3 shuffle thing makes it late. Also gets a hit there. Now you'd love to see that left side pick that thing up. But again, to me, more than anything else, that's on the quarterback not having the correct footwork. And again, I don't have any insider information. That's just me guessing and being able to see them how they play the play later. But you can see he's pointing to 54. He expects 54 to be blocked. So the center, left guard, left tackle need to block 54. Center does a nice job. Left guard doesn't get any depth. Tackle can't pass them off, and now we're getting hit. But I also think we're getting hit because the drop is too deep. So that's the pass pro tethered to the execution of the play. Late, high ball down the middle, tip, pick, all bad. Strike up the band. My man in the gold. Go get him, Bo. So next one here. 1st and 10. We're backed up. We're going to drop this play because this is a really cool play that they run a bunch in this game. Seen the Chiefs run a version of this. We run a version of this at the high school level. I really like this play. Puts all sorts of stress on a defense, especially with an athletic quarterback. So first let's draw it up. Then let's talk specifically about this execution. So there's a penalty on this play. I'm going to guess it's on by not having someone on the line of scrimmage to the right. So what's really going on here? We're running some variation of run to the left. We'll just assume that it's wide zone, outside zone. I don't know what it is. What this is a C-gap RPO. So wide zone this way, and we're going into the flat. We're running a post or a glance, and then when we're running, the way that I'm used to doing it is just doing it with a wheel. But this I kind of like better, where he comes out fake blocks, like stock blocks, and then gets into the wheel space. So I've only ever seen the post thrown versus zero or all out pressure. So we're coming out here with that wheel, bluff wheel, and we're into the flat. And so for me, this is a C-gap RPO, meaning we're reading the C-gap defender. When we get out on the edge playing quarterback wise here, we're trying to get to the flat, and really this kind of flat wheel happens kind of in tandem. If one's not there, it's usually the other. They run it a number of times in this game. We're going to see a bunch of variations of it. Thing I'll say about this rep of it, I just think he can make a better throw. That's the end of the day. I think he throws it to space as it throws to just getting a little high on him. And you can see he gets out to on the edge. The flat's not there. The wheel is. It's just a high-low. Getting there with a horizontal stretch, running it to the field like that. But again, if he puts that ball a little bit more friendly, a little bit just slightly more catchable ball, he's running for another 20 there. So just a little bit of the accuracy elements, but man, this is a really cool design play. He's outstanding outside the pocket, making decisions, making plays. Tough though, not to have someone lined up on the line of scrimmage there. Let's come back, run it again. Now we really get to see the athleticism. Playing point guard there, beautiful. Take it to the whole dish, kick. Again, out on the edge, playing this thing flat to wheel, back to flat. I mean, that's really nice. Beautiful touch. Again, a slightly better throw keeps him in bounds. That's super nitpicky. Again, you can see the bluff down here by the number 2, right? Watch, he's coming out to bluff, 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 into the wheel. So there's nothing there right now. He's got to run. But he's able to use his vision, keep his vision, and flick it down the field when the defender who's covering the flat comes off to tackle the quarterback. This is a really hard play. This is a beautiful play. I love to see these types of plays because this is a playmaker. This is a guy on the edge creating. Really nice. Just outstanding, man. That's high-level quarterback play. Again, you can watch the coaches on the sidelines. They can appreciate the level of play that this is. No. Watch the guys on the sideline. Yep. That's it right there. Yep. Nice. Big time. Making plays. Next one here. Let's run it back again. This is the same quarter. They're all going the same way. This time he gets it to the wheel. I mean, I love the play calling here. We're just going back to the well. And the only thing that's really tough about, not the only thing, there's many things tough about this play. But when you're asking a quarterback to, what I'm going to guess is read that C-gap defender, it might be the second level. I'm not going to pretend to have the answers. But when you do this, there's a potential for a free runner. So that outside linebacker type is running downhill. You can't throw the flat. I mean, that's a beautiful read, right? 1 to the flat, 2 to the wheel. Horizontal stretch. Just a beautiful design play. Outstanding execution. They're obviously really good at it. They call it a bunch in this game. I just love to see it. I love to see that. And I mean, that is a play that is transferable to Sundays. The Chiefs run this play. I'm sure other teams run it. I just don't watch every single snap. Love it. Clean, precise, outstanding execution. One more time. Again, he's making it look easy. This is a max horizontal stretch of a defense. We're running to the left, RPO. We're extending the pocket, working horizontally and down the field vertically. You just don't see a whole lot of quarterbacks, teams able to execute this type of play at this high of a level. It's not easy to do. Really nice. Just love the design, love the aggressiveness, love the quarterback execution. Obviously, he's outstanding outside the pocket, making decisions, getting the ball out of his hands, throwing the ball down the field. Really nice. Right here, little touchdown, 4th and 2. We're going to do what I'm going to call a little midline. This is just DTR versus the DB in the hole for a touchdown. Really nice. They run this a few times in this game. What I'm calling midline, which is really just that 4-eye, that number 90 right here is who we're reading. They can call it whatever they want. We're going to read this defender. So I think most people, most schools, outside of Chip Kelly, I think most people read the outside edge defender, what is normally the C-gap defender. But right here, they're reading essentially the B-gap defender. And they do this a number of times. So if he squeezes down, surfs this thing, the tackle blocks out, and we are able to come up here, and we're basically one-on-one with the DB who's not in the screen. So it's a tackle drill for a touchdown. And you obviously have to have a quarterback who's got enough wiggle and can win off the dribble to be able to do this, but it's a big threat at the goal line. You can see 90, not quite used to making that same read as an edge defender. He's all in. Whoop. Thanks for playing. 24, can't make the play. Dorian's able to drop his shoulder right there, get low, and finish in the end zone. Just big time, tight red zone weapon. Really weapon anywhere to run the rock, but really use it down here. A big 4th and goal here. Massive play early in the game. Love to see it. Protect the ball. Again, this is the quarterback being a weapon. Quarterback being a great athlete with a little midline. Great execution, design, but at the end of the day, you got to make somebody miss on the goal line. Next one here is the same version of a play. Halftime, you dig the channel and you haven't already, please subscribe, hit the bell, get the notifications. It lets you know when we go live, when we put out more content. I appreciate the support for the channel. Let's keep the video going. Meaning we're going to read that same defender, but these are kind of the potential holes with doing this type of thing. So when you do this and they bring pressure to the edge, you got to have two things. You either got to have an option up top to be able to get the ball out of your hands, what it looks like they potentially do, or you just got to be the best athlete on the field. And sometimes that's okay, but it's tough to live like that for a long time on Sundays. And so just projecting that type of play, the consistency about being able to do that is difficult. But this is the same play. We're reading the B-gap defender, that 3 technique now, right where the running back's head is. So again, it's the same play, scheme-wise here, not the exact same play. We're reading this defender. Well, the problem, in my opinion, one of the philosophical problems with reading these midline plays as opposed to this play is that if you're reading this play and they blitz someone off the outside, there's going to be 2 people there. It's in their same line of vision. You just know most of the time we're just going to hand it off. I'm going to hand it off if I get 2 outside like that for sure. But when you bring the read inside into this B-gap area, it really muddles your vision on the perimeter. So I think it's a lot harder. It's doable to be able to see that kind of DB pressure from the outside. But, is this on the quarterback? Is this on the design of the play? It's probably all of the above to a certain extent. It's tough to read that B gap and see the C gap. Now, doesn't take anything away from the athletic ability right there. Vertical speed, great finish at the end. Make sure you protect yourself. But man, outstanding athletic run there. Would just love to see, I get nervous when I see scheme that looks like it's got some holes. As far as if we're reading the B gap and we have to be responsible for the C gap pressure, that's tough. Now, their answer might be to, if you see that, to throw that speed out to the number 2, or it might be just, hey, go do you, make somebody miss and get in the open space, and that's what we believe in. I think it's tough to live like that for a long time, but it certainly works right here. Again, showing off his athletic ability to run with the rock, ability to finish, get his pads low, make somebody miss, all sorts of good stuff. Next one, 3rd and 8. This is a shot right down the middle of the field. Again, the only thing I will say, being really nitpicky here, this is obviously a very nice throw. They run this play a few times this game versus middle field open. It looks like the tight end type has the ability to take the middle of the field. I just think that if he could have his drop back footwork a little cleaner, and meaning more precise, if it's an option for them, he could get the ball out faster. So left foot false step, that's their choice if that's what they're teaching. But for me, this is a 3-step drop. 1, 2, 3, right there. Tight hitch and throw it to that tight end. Not whatever he hits his back foot and then goes back again. Feel like a back hitch. 1, 2, 3, and the back hitch there. Again, this is to me is stuff you got to handle in the off season. But 1, 2, 3, perfect. Don't go back like that. Instead, be lined up to throw to your left at that back 3rd step. So 1, 2, 3. See what I mean? Like, yeah, it works out. It gets there because it's college open. But I think it would just be more precise, a little bit easier, a little better opportunity to catch and make somebody miss if he was lined up to throw to the left and the footwork didn't have any kind of ruffled edges, meaning that at the top we're hitching back or where feet are not lined up. So again, you can see that back foot right there. Look where his feet are lined up. His feet are lined up to throw to the Pac-12 logo. His eyes are to the left, but to get to throw to the left here, he has to take that extra hitch shuffle, and he's barely open. He's still lined up just down the hash. He finally gets there right there, but I want him lined up like that at the top of his drop. That's how you bring that precision into the drop back game. And it's just little things like that. 6 inches here, 6 inches there will add just layers and layers of consistency with his ability to deliver the ball from the pocket, because he certainly can. But I think that there are windows for even more consistency in both the accuracy and the decision making. Here's a tough one. This should be an interception. Just an iteration of what most people call a sail concept. We're getting 3 to a side. Again, I've got some structural things that I'm not a huge fan of. This is mostly just a poor decision, but we'll be real nitpicky here with the design of this play as well. Okay, I know if you watch the channel, you know I'm not a huge fan of any sort of play action fake here where we're not attacking this part of the field. So if we're not attacking this part of the field, why do we need to play fake? These people are not impacted. This guy is definitely not impacted. He's not part of the run fit here. So he's just dropping. He's not part of the fake. So the fake takes away from the quarterback's vision, concentration, ability to see where he's throwing this thing out here. So what's going on scheme-wise here? This is a post. It's kind of like out or sail or corner. And then the route that I really dislike here is this fast 3 swing. So the thing about this fast 3 is it usually makes them declare. They need to declare something here, or else a lot of teams will just throw a little swing screen out here. What I don't like about this, and what I don't think threatens this flat defender at all, and again, this is me being nitpicky, but when he comes across here, he then like bubbles. Well, these guys can feel that And so to me, I want that thing threatening wide and fast. That puts the stress on that flat defender. So when he bubbles, this thing almost becomes like a backward pass. Now, this is where the ball has to go, but still, this is me being nitpicky. This is offensive architecture details that I'm talking about. The other thing here, sometimes you'll see this play run with a must outside release go. I have mixed feelings about it either way. Either way, this thing, at the end of the day, it's a high-low right here on this flat defender. He gets outside. He gets enough depth where he can make a play on this number 2 route. The ball has to go to the swing, even though it's a sloppy, weird swing. That's just the decision-making part of it. But the play action doesn't help. The routes don't help. Again, the ability for him at the back of this drop. So play fake. 1, 2, 3. This quick reset, that's what I want to see on the seams. That's what I want to see on those taking the middle of the field. That type of footwork. So you can certainly do it. The footwork here is nice. It's just the design. You can see that swing. Let's watch that swing route, the fast 3. Here he goes back and just like chills. I mean, that's a backward pass if you throw that to him. That flat defender is not threatened with the width of that swing. He kind of settles up. He's able to come back and play that corner 7 sail. So, again, you just got to be willing to check it down. If you don't like either, probably go down to the back over the ball. Check down right there. So, again, just getting through these reads, getting through the plays. But enough of these kind of like moments where you're kind of like, just want to see more precision in the drop back game specifically, because the movement game out on the edge, pretty prolific immediately. His ability to run, outstanding. Just looking to take that next step with these play action throws within the pocket. Right here, here's that seam, switch seam again. And there's the big play. Now look at the footwork is different this time, right? Check the footwork out. 1, 2, 3, tight hitch, go. Now I still think he could be able to get this thing even quicker out of his hands if he's lined up to the left. 1, 2, 3. He has to kind of come around. But again, beautiful throw, outstanding execution, good things happen. Get your guy running towards the end zone with the rock. We get a little pulled here, but again, the footwork for me, now he might be looking off the middle field player, but you can see his feet right there. They're lined up to throw to the right, but his eyes are to the left. So your eyes will often go first, but just be lined up, then you can get that thing out just a tick quicker. See how you have to like reset your feet here? Now it works out here, and that's because there's no one around him for 5 yards. Again, love the design of that play. Again, the one thing I will say is that the higher levels of football, and this is a pretty high level of football already, most seams you want to get up and down at 20 yards. 22 is like the ceiling. So let's see, the ball's on the 50. 1, 2, 3. You know, he's catching that 24 yards. In the league, that's going to get him hit. So I just think that there's just the quickest little, and really all it is that little extra reset at the top. 1, 2, 3. But really nice. Love the design of that play. Really cool. 4 verticals with a switch and a little juke or delay route over the ball. Nice though. Throws a pick on it earlier. Come back. Get the footwork correct this time. Strike. It's still there. Love the aggressiveness, play calling wise. Outstanding execution, able to come back, rally back after a pick. Next 2 here are some touchdown passes rolling to his left. Again, nice little naked. Really nice job right here. Again, already talked about how good he is outside the pocket. This is the very next play. They're going fast. You can see Cal can't get lined up. No to the flat, yes to the corner. Again, things to pay attention to wise here. That looks like it's behind him, but really that's a perfect throw. You throw it to the space. So he has to settle up there. You don't run him to get covered with 54 there. Going to your left. Just a beautiful throw. Outstanding execution. Playing fast. Love it. Just a really, really nice play. And he's certainly a weapon out here on the edge, being able to make these decisions, throw the ball on the move. Takes a lot of pressure off the pass protection unit. Again, offhand. Close to on his core on the number. Maybe a little bit more there. But love getting it downhill, getting his hips around, making that throw, making it look easy and smooth. Nothing easy and smooth. Nothing easy about going to your left, making that throw. Right here, this time it's just to the flat with the sneak flat. Again, not a perfect throw, but man, the guy makes a play for him. Certainly a catchable ball. Again, not an easy throw. This time he can't really get downhill because he's got a guy coming in his face. So he's kind of fading away on an angle away from the throw. But again, just love the play call. Love the execution. Touchdown pass. Chip's loving it there. Again, the sneak flat coming from the boundary. And you can see the angle, right, that he's on. So he just can't quite get downhill, but he's got enough torque, touch, accuracy to get the touchdown pass. Just love to see it. Just really excited to see the continued growth, especially in the drop back play action game from within the pocket. So that is a wrap. DTR Part 3, lots to like. I actually really love breaking down the UCLA offense as well. So a little double bonus for me. Let me know what you think of the video. Let me know what you think DTR-wise moving forward. I'm excited to see the continued growth. Certainly a prolific athlete, dynamic player outside the pocket, looking for that just precision kind of next step within the pocket with the drop back game and play action game. So fire it up. Let me know what you think. I appreciate it. I will see you next time. Have a good one.